Ever imagine yourself building submarines, like one day, and then you're out on an offshore wind farm the next?
Wow.
Well, that could be you.
Yeah.
That could be your future if you're a marine engineering technician. And we are diving deep into that today
Yeah.
with help from our friends over at RoleCatcher.
Absolutely.
And honestly, this is way cooler than I thought it was going to be.
Oh, yeah.
This is not just like working on a boat engine. This
No.
is some really high-tech stuff.
No, it's way more than just fixing boats. Think about like massive oil rigs.
Right.
Huge systems that propel these ships.
Yeah.
And even some of the equipment that operates thousands of feet below the surface.
Wow.
So it's a field as big as the ocean itself, really.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So RoleCatcher, they put this awesome guide together for us.
Yeah.
And we get to like go through it.
And pull out all the good stuff.
Let's chart a course.
Yeah. Okay, so let's chart a course for sure.
Yeah.
But first, we need to like lay the groundwork.
Okay.
What does a marine engineering technician even do?
So in a nutshell, they're the link between the design and the actual working ship.
Oh,
So they take these really ambitious designs from the engineers
okay.
and they turn them into something real
Got it.
that actually functions.
So you're saying it's like hands-on, but you need some brain power behind it as well?
Exactly. You might be troubleshooting a really complex hydraulic system one day,
Okay.
and then the next day you're analyzing data to make that system more fuel efficient.
Wow.
So you need to be good with your hands and your head.
Cool.
Yeah.
Where would you even work?
Well, you could work in a shipyard, of course. That's a given.
But it could also take you to a research center. Maybe like a high-tech engineering firm,
Wow.
or even government agencies
Oh, wow.
that are focused on maritime safety and defense.
Okay, so this is not just like being stuck in a shipyard.
Yeah.
You could be going all over.
Yeah, you could be traveling all over. You could be on an oil rig.
Wow.
You could be in like a bustling port city,
That's really cool.
working on some really advanced equipment.
Okay, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
That it's not just one location.
It's a lot of different places.
That's really cool. Okay, so what about the job outlook?
So the job outlook is really good.
Okay.
It's projected to grow about 12% over the next 10 years,
Wow.
which is much faster than the average for other jobs.
Okay.
And it's not just the growth.
Right.
It's also the technology is constantly evolving.
Yeah,
So these ships are becoming more sophisticated every day,
that makes sense.
and they need people to keep up with them.
So you got to have the skills to back it up.
You have to have the skills.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So we've established that the job market's good, the work is interesting, but how do you actually become a marine engineering technician? What skills and education do you need?
So you do need some key skills. Math is super important.
Okay.
Physics, mechanics,
Makes sense.
and like we talked about, problem solving and critical thinking are very important.
So it sounds like we have a lot to unpack here today.
We do.
We're just getting started. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
And we are back.
We are.
Diving deep into the world of marine engineering technicians. And we were just talking about the skills and education that you need.
To be successful in this field. And I think you were about to tell us like what kind of education you need.
Yeah, so you might be thinking, oh man, do I have to go to school for like years and years?
Yeah.
But there are a bunch of different ways to get into this.
Okay, good.
So one is you can get a specialized diploma
Okay.
from like a technical school or community college.
Oh, okay, cool.
And a lot of those programs are actually designed with input from industry leaders.
Oh, wow. So they're teaching you what you need to know.
They're teaching you what you need to know to get right into the field.
So when you graduate, you could go right into a job and be like, I got this.
I got this. Exactly.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What about apprenticeships, though?
Apprenticeships are a great option too,
Okay.
especially if you're someone who likes to learn by doing. You're getting hands-on experience while you're also earning a wage.
Oh, that's awesome.
So you get paid to learn.
I like the sound of that a lot.
Yeah.
RoleCatcher also mentioned certifications. What are those all about?
Okay, so certifications are kind of like a way to show employers that you have the skills, like you've gone above and beyond.
Right.
And there are two main certifications that are really respected in this field.
Okay.
One's called a Certified Marine Technologist,
Okay.
and the other is Certified Marine Engineer.
So basically, these certifications give you like a leg up when you're applying for jobs.
Yeah, they show that you're serious
Right.
and that you have the knowledge.
Cool.
It's a good thing to have on your resume.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so let's say you land that entry-level job. What's next? Like, what does your career trajectory look like?
Okay, so you're probably going to start as like an assistant marine engineering technician,
Okay.
working under someone with more experience.
Okay.
They're going to mentor you and show you the ropes.
Great.
And as you get better, you can become a junior marine engineering technician.
Makes sense.
And that means More responsibility, more money, hopefully.
Yeah, exactly. Who doesn't like more money?
Exactly.
And then you could even specialize,
You
right?
can, yeah.
Like what?
You could become an expert in like propulsion systems
Okay.
or maybe hydraulics or even this new thing,
Yeah.
autonomous vessels, which is really cool.
That's like the self-driving cars of the ocean.
Exactly. Yeah, like self-driving ships.
That's so cool. Okay, so there's definitely room to grow in this field. But how do you actually get your foot in the door? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
We'll be right back to talk about how to launch your career as a marine engineering technician, so don't go anywhere. And we're back, still exploring the world of marine engineering technicians, and I think the last thing we were talking about was how to launch this career.
Yeah, like how do you get started?
Yeah, how do you actually like break into this field?
Well, a lot of it comes down to experience
Okay.
and networking.
Okay, those are two things that I feel like I always hear when I'm like, how do I get a job? It's always like, you need experience. And it's like, well, how do I get experience if no one will hire me?
Right, exactly. It's like a catch-22.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to be.
Okay.
There are ways around it. Internships are a great way to get experience.
Mm.
A lot of shipyards, research centers, even government agencies.
Right.
They have internships specifically for people who want to work in this field.
Okay, so it's not like you're just going in and like getting coffee.
No.
You're actually getting like real experience.
You're getting real experience.
Okay.
You're working on projects. You're learning from pros.
Cool.
It's great.
What about like apprenticeships?
Apprenticeships are good too.
Okay.
A lot of times those are like,
Hands-on.
yeah, you're learning and earning at the same time.
Yeah, you're getting paid
You're getting paid.
to learn, which is awesome. RoleCatcher also mentioned volunteering.
Volunteering.
I'm like, how would that work?
Volunteering is really cool because
Okay.
you could, I don't know, volunteer at a place that's restoring a historic ship, or maybe you help out with some research on renewable energy in the ocean.
Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, and you're gaining skills, but you're also showing that you're passionate.
Right, and then you meet people, too.
And you meet people, exactly.
Yeah, okay, so networking. Super important.
So important.
How do you even network in this field?
Okay, so you could do the usual stuff,
Yeah.
LinkedIn, job fairs.
Right.
But honestly, there are some even better ways to network in this field.
Okay.
Join some organizations.
Okay, like what?
So there's one called SANY,
What is that?
the Society of Naval Architects and Marine Engineers.
Okay.
And they have conferences, they have workshops, they have networking events,
Cool.
all with the top people in the field.
Okay.
And then there's also MEBA,
Okay, I've never even heard of that.
Marine Engineers Beneficial Association.
Okay.
They're more focused on
Yeah.
workers' rights and stuff.
Okay.
But they also have professional development opportunities.
So you join these groups, you go to their events, and you meet people.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. It seems like a lot to keep track of.
It
It's
is.
like, how do you even, like, where do you even begin?
Right.
And this is where I feel like RoleCatcher comes in, right?
RoleCatcher can help you with all of this.
Right.
So remember how we were talking about their website?
Yeah.
They had this really cool tool that helps you build your resume and your CV.
Okay.
And it actually uses artificial intelligence.
What?
Yeah, it looks at job descriptions.
Okay.
And it tells you what you should be highlighting.
Oh, wow.
It's like having a career coach in your pocket.
Oh, that's awesome. What about interview prep?
Interview prep, too, they have this huge database of questions
Okay.
that are specific to marine engineering.
Wow. Okay.
And you can practice answering them.
So they basically like throw these questions at you and you can see how you do.
Yeah, and then they'll even analyze your answers
Oh, wow.
and give you feedback.
Wow. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So basically, if you want to be a marine engineering technician,
Yeah,
RoleCatcher is a really good place to start.
it is.
It's a great resource.
It's a great resource.
This has been awesome.
It has.
I feel like we really dove deep today
We dove
into the world of marine engineering technicians.
Yeah, this is good.
So thank you all so much for listening.